To the world-famous Universal Studio Tour. We are going to take you around a real working movie and television studio today, and we're going to talk about it all. Movies, TV, you name it. We're also going to go through some attractions. We're not just a movie studio, we're half theme park, so it's going to be half attractions. A couple of those attractions are going to need 3D glasses. You guys all have 3D glasses? It looks like most of you do. If anybody does not have a pair of glasses, and I can see you all the way back there, if you don't, put your hand up really high in the air right now, really high. High enough that we can all point and laugh. Come on, let's see it. No, I'm just kidding. We'll get you glasses. I don't see any hands up. I think we're all good. Yeah? Is it good? No, you don't need glasses. You look great, Victor. All right.
Okay.
We're good on glasses. If you're currently wearing the glasses, you're a little over-prepared. You don't quite need those yet. I'll let you know when you do. I'm a very good tour guide that way. I'll say, hey, put on your 3D glasses. But until then, just forget that they exist, or put them over your head, put them over your neck like a fancy bow tie. I love when you guys do that. Looks like you dressed up for my tour. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. All right, so we're gonna take you down into this big little city down there. See that? Down this hill? All that stuff is us. All of it up to the golf course. 400 acres of property, and you've barely seen any of it yet, so it's a good thing that you're not on foot here. That little city down there, they're shooting American Ninja Warrior down there. That's one of our shows. So we're gonna roll past it. We'll see some of the production happening on that street. This tour changes every time. You know, it all depends on what's open, what's filming. You know, so that's kind of the fun part. Who your tour guide is, all this stuff changes from tour to tour, and who your driver is. That matters too, obviously. Pace of the tour. Today we got Julian. Give it up for your driver, Julian, pulling us away right now. Julian, look at that. You barely done anything yet. They love you. They love you, Julian. Can't do anything wrong. We're going to head away from that theme park. My name's Miles. I'm going to be your tour guide today. Everybody say, hi, Miles. Hi, guys. Welcome aboard. I'm going to be playing videos and talking to you guys throughout the tour. Let's get started. Feel free to take tons of pictures, Instagram, Twitter about us, tag us at Uni Studios, and you can tag me at Miles the Tour Guide if you're on Instagram like me. I want to see any cool pictures you're getting of the tour, so feel free to tag me. One other person to introduce you to, though, besides myself and Julian up here, and that's the Tonight show host, Jimmy Fallon. Take it away, Jim.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece.
Thanks, Jim.
You've got the very best guide.
Miles, the tour guide.
And the greatest driver.
Julian.
They're the best. I love that. Even though...
My idols.
How about staying in Vegas, Jim?
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
A couple notes on safety before we're officially on our way. First and foremost, if you run into an emergency, a medical emergency, something falling over the side of the tram, reach up, pull on that red cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it's safe to do so. Otherwise, stay seated throughout the entire tour, hands and arms in the vehicle at all times. If you drop a phone, can't wait to use the restroom, just pull that cord. No smoking of any kind during our tour today. Sorry, Frankie. No vaping for you kids either, all right? Sorry. Be prepared. Our tour features loud noises, sudden tram movements. It is a real fire station. Real firemen. Real post office. We got a real sheriff station. All these trappings of a normal city. But here's the thing. We're not normal. Nobody lives here. Gets very lonely when you guys all leave at night. It's, you know, there's no one to spoon me except a bunch of damp animatronic dinosaurs. It's very sad. You guys are the Universalites, the single-day city residents of Universal, so I hope you're enjoying it. Besides you, it's just the actors who pretend to live here, and they pretend to live in sets. Sets of the backgrounds of our movies and shows, like Dracula's castle or Scarface's mansion. These specific sets on your screen were all built in the very same soundstage. It's off to your left-hand side. It's called Soundstage 12. Doesn't look like much from the outside, but those four walls, 98% soundproof, have been home to some of the biggest Universal moments of all time. See the big logo on the corner of it over your left-hand shoulder? It says The Voice on the front of it. That's right. And we've been shooting The Voice in there for the last 10 years. We mostly shoot TV on our lot these days. TV's huge, right? So it's not just these movies on these posters. That's just Universal Pictures. Universal Television. Let's talk about them. See that poster for Hacks up there on the left? Bottom left, Universal Television. Bottom right, HBO Max. Did you think HBO made it because it was on HBO Max? No, guys, we made that show. These are two different parts of the television industry, right? There's production, who makes it, distribution, who gets it into your eyeballs. Take a look at all the TV shows we've made since the 1960s when TV first became a big thing, right? We started working with the National Broadcasting Company NBC. They got big in radio. They were huge on TV. All of our biggest shows were NBC shows, and now we are the same company, NBC, Universal, and Parks and Rec, and 30 Rock, and The Office, and Saturday Night Live. They all come out on our network, NBC. Of course, NBC has expanded as well, right? Now there's also E-Sci-Fi USA, Bravo, Telemundo, the Golf Channel, CNBC, MSNBC, the Weather Channel, Oxygen, Esquire Network, and NBC Sports, and that's just to name a few. And we've got Peacock, where we're now distributing all this. Yeah, there's no list on the back of these glasses, guys. And that is how we're distributing all this stuff to you guys today, and through other people's networks, like Hacks. Hacks is made by us, but we distribute it through our friends at Warner Brothers. Just like we put Friends on NBC, but that's actually made by Warner Brothers, right? So these are different ways that we can produce shows. We can network it differently. So on the right, that's not a soundstage, that's Nintendo World, very exciting, coming 2023. On the left is a classic soundstage though, and that is where they've been filming Hacks. On the inside, they built a giant plywood box superstore for this show.
Đây là những cái chỗ mà nó đóng phim đó. Có nghĩa là những cái phim ở Hollywood nó đóng á. Đó là những cái bảng phim mà nó đóng ở đây này.
You think they could rent out a regular superstore, but guys, those guys want to use that to profit and to sell things. So we end up, for even the most mundane environments, using these sound stages. They're the perfect places to film. Take a look at this guy talking about his movie Apollo 13, Ron Howard.
Realism was an essential element for Apollo 13. After all, we were recreating an important moment in American history, a moment many Americans witnessed on television. We thought about filming in Houston, Texas, where the original control room for the Apollo missions still exists. Unfortunately, NASA's engineers didn't have filmmaking in mind when they built Mission Control. Since there was no room for the elaborate camera cranes and tracks we needed for the shots, we had to build our own Mission Control.
Build our own environments, because we've got creative control in these environments. We can take away the walls, the ceiling, do whatever we need to get the perfect shot. The sound stage on your right, Ted Danson's stage. Look up there on the right, you can see the poster for Mr. Mayor. He just shot 2 seasons of that show. Before that, 6 seasons of The Good Place alongside Kristen Bell. Great show. Speaking of famous Teds, cheers to this Ted on the left. Cheers, Ted. Enjoy that very dirty martini. Just behind Ted are a bunch of beautiful bungalows for the big writers, directors, producers that work here on the lot. That would include, let's see, Illumination, makes our Minions movies, Secret Life of Pets. We've got another animation company. Today, DreamWorks is now a part of our company. They've got a movie coming out. It's called Bad Guys. They decided to steal our logo recently. Comes out April 22nd. The same bungalows used for Fremulon. You might know Michael Schur, his company Fremulon. He worked on The Office. He played Dwight's brother Mose. Went on to create Parks and Recreation, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, The Good Place. And his new show is called Rutherford Falls. It stars Ed Helms. If you like any of his work, I'd check it all out. It's really great stuff. These used to be for the Golden Age stars, Rock Hudson, Tony Curtis, Doris Day, Jimmy Stewart. Back then, they were called contract players. Years at a time, they'd only make our movies and shows. Jimmy Stewart's agent, Lou Wasserman, said, "Nuh-uh, just one movie, one show, end of contract, on to the next one." He got very wealthy by changing that contract system. Now the actors all do that. On the left-hand side is Alfred Hitchcock's old bungalow, the master of suspense. He made 50 films. He was knighted for his work as a director. If you haven't seen Vertigo, Rear Window, Psycho, or The Birds, do yourself a favor. They're still some of the best films of all time right up till today. But let's talk about modern production. We're passing new sound stages. Added these about 6 years ago on the left. Very new, considering the old ones back there, built all the way back when we first started rolling sound. We brought Will and Grace back to air in here on the right. America's Got Talent shoots in here, and Keenan, you know him from Saturday Night Live, or Good Burger, home of the Good Burger, shooting his own show. It's called Keenan. His sitcom shoots right inside. We produce it, we make it, just like American Ninja Warrior shooting out here on the back lot today, down our New York street. I'm going to start talking about it now because we're only going to get a passing glance as we head up the hill. So, down the street you're about to see Captain America ran and Captain America First Adventure, the two early Spider-Mans with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield shot down the street. Shia LaBeouf ran down the street with the Allspark and Transformers. Hobbs and Shaw shot down this street. Check it out, it looks like one big New York strip, but we only build 50 feet of skyscraper, and we don't build the interiors because we'd rather shoot that in a soundstage. This is what it looks like on the inside of all those buildings out there. Bunch of plywood to keep it standing up, that's it. We call these facades. That's a French word, it means false front, and it's even faker than that. See all the brickwork? not a single brick. Those are big sheets of plastic. All of the foam rubber making up all that stone.
Những cái tường đá đó nó đều là giống như là cái nhựa không á. Đó ở đằng sau á, đằng sau nó nhìn như vậy.
Thoughts and emotions watching the movie. That's it. And to prove it, I'm going to take you to an even faker environment, one completely created inside a computer, but you're going to feel like you're back on Skull Island.
The original King Kong, what did that make me laugh? I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old.
Đằng trước thì nó như một cái thành phố xa hoa lộng lẫy, nhưng mà đằng sau nó chẳng có cái gì.
I like films.
Nó đóng phim như vậy đó. Nó chỉ lấy cái cảnh đằng trước thôi.
As you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, monsters and creatures from prehistoric times.
Julian is rolling us right in there, you guys. So, feel free to put on your 3D glasses anytime in the next 15 seconds. You got plenty of time. Those glasses are going to do something pretty cool. They're going to take 2 overlapping images on the screens around you and direct one into each eyeball. This recreates your sense of depth perception you get every day by virtue of your 2 eyes. Your cameras and phones. Universalites, that was King Kong 360 3D. CGI, computer-generated imagery. Now, in this case, everything you saw was CGI. Nothing was filmed. And it wasn't just a movie. Those screens were 40 feet tall and 180 feet long on both sides of you. So that's like watching 4 movies all around you at the same time. 90 minutes of a feature film, they estimate, happening in basically under 3 minutes. It's a pretty crazy attraction, a lot different than the big animatronic King Kong that used to attack me when I came here as a kid. He had banana-smelling breath. I remember it too well. They call that trauma. Roofs, they were in the A-Team, 1983. This movie, The Wizard, featured a lot of our tour. Animatronic King Kong gets a big shout-out. You guys ready for him? Oh, here he is. Oh, man, I can smell that banana breath from here. I miss this guy. 40 feet tall, still one of the largest animatronics ever. That makes our Universal Tram an official picture car. And we've got some of our most famous picture cars coming up on the left. What he said, yeah. But get out your phone, your camera, because we got picture cars on the left. And you might see something you like. I don't want you to be unprepared like this lady. Oh, look, a picture car. Knight Rider on the left. Magna PI. We got Back to the Future vehicles. The vehicles that can transport us literally in time just by looking at them. Flintstones. The first environmentally friendly cars, all foot-powered, invented by Elon Tusk. Thank you. Thank you very much. We've got Harry Potter's Ford Anglia, right, is the Ron's dad's car. Too Fast, Too Furious, Nissan Skyline, tons of Jurassic vehicles, Lost World, the Gyrosphere. Gyrosphere never had glass around it. The glass reflects the camera, right? That's no fun. So they added the glass digitally. Typically, if it's a flat plane, you can tilt it. If it's a ball, you can't tilt a glass ball, you know? So they added the glass digitally. And then we got Transformers at the end, which is funny because that's a Paramount franchise, and Harry Potter is a Warner Brothers franchise, but we've got both of them in our theme park, and that's because they don't have theme parks, and they're happy to put their stuff in them. Just like, Mercedes, they don't have a film franchise, so they're like, hey, can we put our Mercedes Jeep in your Jurassic Park movie? And we said, yeah, sure, just pay us, and they do that, and it's called product placement. It's the same deal with these cars, or the drinks they enjoy at the end of every Fast and Furious movie, right? Cheers, family, Corona. They've been doing that a while. E.T., what's he peddling besides bicycles? Reese's Pieces is correct. 1,000 points to your Harry Potter house team. We have a deal with Warner Brothers where I get to do that. It's pretty cool. So there you go. Recent Pieces sales went up 60% 2 weeks in theaters. Can you believe that's why they're still around today? This is ubiquitous. It's why there's a Margaritaville in the Jurassic World movie. And not just Margaritaville, but Jimmy Buffett double-fisting margaritas as he runs from pterosaurs. Here we are, back off the coast of Costa Rica, perhaps our biggest franchise of all time.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
You're surrounded by set pieces, vehicles, props from the Jurassic franchise. The mobile lab on the left, seen in the Lost World Jurassic Park. It's mostly plywood. It's painted to look like real metal, but you can see where the paint's chipping now, right? It's lighter weight on set. This is the name of the game if you're going to hang it over a giant cliff, as we did in the sea. Spitters in the bushes! That's the second time I've been spit on by dinosaurs this tour. My mouth was open again. Is it always open? I am sorry. I've been trying to train him to just hit the people wearing Disney merch. How they do back there? I'm not as good as Chris Pratt. What can I say? Sorry if you got hit. Here's the mobile lab falling over a big cliff face. Lost World Jurassic Park. Okay, so it's actually hung over the side of a parking structure, right? Beautiful scene. Big classic T-Rex attack scene. You know what? It reminds me of the first one, right? They're stuck outside the T-Rex exhibit. It's nighttime. It's raining, they're stuck in a vehicle, and then the T-Rex comes out, right? And does that not happen in every single Jurassic Park movie just like that? It's not just T-Rex attacks. Every time you want a scene that's supposed to be dramatic, we set it at nighttime in the rain. Every big fight sequence in John Wick, that kiss in the Notebook, nighttime, raining. Here in sunny Southern California, we don't get much of that kind of weather. Why don't we move up to Portland? It could be dramatic all the time. No, thank you. We want it to be sunny, dry. We want a giant soundstage. We want creative control. We would rather do all that weather
Đây là những
stuff
cái chỗ
ourselves
mà
when
thành
and
phố
when
mà
we
giống như
want,
là
right?
nó đóng những cái
Now
cảnh
seems like
mà
a
thật
good
là
time,
nhà
doesn't
quê.
it? Let's take a look out here at our old Mexico set. A little thunder, a little lightning. I think it's time for that rain. Magical, isn't it? As long as you don't stick your head out and start looking for the sprinkler heads like half of you just did. You're cheating back there. You can't do that.
Đó, giống cảnh
Not
mưa
when you're
nha.
watching the movie. You can't stick your head through the screen and look up. No, you're on this side of camera. So get out your camera, crop out the sprinkler heads, and tell your friends outside LA it's raining here today, like a good director of photography, the camera guy. Now, if you're having trouble getting a picture of the rain, well, you're not alone. It's hard. It's clear. What you're really seeing is sunlight getting diffracted in that raindrop. And where there's no sun, where there's no light, you can't see rain very well. It's clear. Hard to get. Don't worry. Keep your camera out, okay? I'm going to make this easy for you tourists back there. That is going to look great on Instagram. If you're in the blue seat, you might get wet. By the way, they're all blue. Magical, isn't it? Look at that. Thousands of gallons of recycled dinosaur spit. Wow. Here's the same effect in Big Fat Liar.
You can't outrun a wolf, kid! Yeah, most of you got that. You're a funny bullshit!
Đó, cái hotel mà nhà ma giết người đó. Thấy chưa?
The drier part of Old Mexico off to the left-hand side back there, where they shot Three Amigos with Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, Martin Short, Nacho Libre with Jack Black, Nacho! Some Arrested Development shot over there with Jason Bateman and Michael Cera, Tony Hale, who was recently shooting the mysterious Benedict Society out in the old Little Europe sets. We're going to cross the border into 6 Points, Texas. One of the most classic sets on the lot. John Wayne and Clint Eastwood and Jimmy Stewart all moseying down our 6 western streets. We called it 6 Points, 6 western streets. We were shooting up to 6 westerns all at the same time. Back in the early days of the studio, we were making silent movies, so we could do that. 6 westerns all at the same time, as loud as you wanted to be, right? We even invited audiences here to watch westerns shot live before their eyes. They could cheer as loud as they wanted, because we weren't rolling sound. And then we kicked them all out late 1920s and we started rolling sound. We built sound stages. We started making musicals. You can't have a musical in the silent film era. It just doesn't work very well, right? So they started making big movie musicals. Out here on the left-hand side, they shot Showboat, 1936. It had that song, Old Man River. Almost sank the company, you guys. It was very expensive. Bad time to make an expensive movie, because Great Depression, hello, that's a terrible, terrible time. And And we almost lost the company, but you know what? We survived by making monster movies. That's right. By the 1950s, we made Creature of the Black Lagoon down there, one of the weirdest monster movies we made, but Dracula and Frankenstein, they kicked it off. 1931, both those films came out, and by reusing the same pitchforks, torches, actors, and sets, we kept our company afloat, and we became the Monster Movie Studio, right here on the right in the sets of Little Europe.
So we're thinking monsters.
Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein,
The Mummy.
Hunchback of Notre Dame, The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera, classic. So just brilliant. Now Frankenstein, it's one of the great icons of the world.
Dracula, Frankenstein, The Invisible Man. Oh my goodness, there he is right there, The Invisible Man, wow. You almost never see him, almost never. Speaking of things you've never seen, check out that Invisible Man movie that came out 2020, so good. Here we are in the sets of Little Europe. I hope some of you recognize it as The Good Place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, like this. This location out of the light. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
It is an awesome show. Currently it's on Netflix. Highly recommend you give it a shot. Michael Schur makes a lot of good content. Those sets on the right, just used by Disney for Mysterious Benedict Society. Before that, Pirates of the Caribbean, Muppets movie, it was Genovia and Princess Diaries, A Royal Engagement. One of my favorite series they shot over there, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. They do those flashbacks to the 1800s, Angel and the vampires on a bloody vampire rampage through Europe. And of course, got to use those Little Europe sets, kind of like those classic monster movies, really. An homage. But you might know David Boreanaz better for his role on Bones. They did an episode of Bones right here in this stage. Check it out.
Oh, they're sweet. When I talk to him, something like yeah, we're about the remains. That's it. I don't know. Alright.
Here we are, Soundstage 50. It's meant to look like a San Francisco subway station. And moreover, a hot set. Hot set means active set. We're really shooting here. We've got lights out, camera in the back. It's on its little dolly track back there. Uh-oh. Folks, I think we're getting a little California tremor. It's okay. We get these all the time. Just stay seated, stay calm. I'm sure we're going to be... Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right. So sorry. Not my fault. San Andreas. As long as the roof doesn't come down, I think we should be fine, though. Is that the roof coming down back there? That's not good. Okay, wait. Hold on. What do we do? Game over. What? I can't... Okay, so sorry, folks. Back in charge of the tram. Uh-oh. It's a sequel. Oh, my God! Let's get out of here. Quickly, before they realize they have to pee. Thanks, Julian. Oh, my goodness. Folks, you either survived earthquake the big one. You guys did great back there. Well done. I do that 3-4 times a day. I freak out every time, honestly. So, way to keep it very chill back there. Some of you even wore your 3D glasses. Did it look extra 3D just for you? I hope so. I doubt it because there were no 3D effects, but I appreciate that active imagination you got. Here is the episode of Bones. The earlier part actually featured that earthquake effect. Before this episode, it was an attraction made for Earthquake the Big One, a 1970s movie we made. Back then, they used mechanical parts like what we just saw to create disaster movies. And we also used them to create a new age of monsters. Spielberg's films, right? Mechanical dinosaurs. Mechanical aliens. But it all started with a shark. We're heading back to Amity. Don't worry, The Amity police have established an ocean force. They're arresting every shark in the harbor. I know, it's hard to
Đó là
believe,
phim
right?
cá
But
sấu
check it out.
cá mập này.
They caught him earlier today, still smiling for his mugshot. Sammy was just jay swimming out there. They're getting very strict. He's been apprehended. And they've got another officer out there in the water. You can see him by the boat. Uh-oh, hold on. Is that a shark out there? I shouldn't profile. It could be a dolphin. Let's ask the professional. What do you see, buddy? Shark, dolphin? What are we looking at out there? Should we be nervous for you? You got the... what's that?
David.
Can't really hear what you're saying there, bud, but you got a lot of guts being in the water with the... Oh, gross, his guts. Oh, geez. Oh, look away, kids. Don't worry. He's just having a little Kool-Aid party with the dolphin down there. He's going to be fine. Okay, let's move up here, Jolie. Don't worry, we're going to park behind this very safe dock with all these flammable gasoline barrels, folks. Now, keep an eye out. There is a yellow bait barrel out there. With any luck, the shark is going to go for it. Keep an eye out. Okay, I'm seeing something else. Is that a gas leak out there on the dock? That does not bode well. Oh, no. Woo. Talk about a hot set. Put on your 3D glasses. It's even hotter. Too many of you guys said that's great. Give it up for Bruce the Mechanical Shark, working his tail off out there. Give him a hand. Heck, give him a leg. He's hungry. Bruce is what they called the shark on the set of Jaws. Steven Spielberg named the shark after his lawyer. Dust that one off. Classic 70s lawyer joke. They had a lot of problems with Bruce. And that is because saltwater and mechanical parts don't work so well together. Our freshwater Bruce right here, he's working great, right? But on set, kept sinking to the bottom of the ocean. Not only that, folks were going through their shots. They were shooting in the real Atlantic, a bad place to film by all accounts. So the whole cast, the whole crew, they were all calling the film flaws.
As a punch from a line shark, the shark was frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark worked well enough for a while there, and things were going on. So I really owe the shark a lot.
He certainly owes Verna Field a lot. Spielberg went for a very realistic movie, filming it all in the Atlantic, and it got him into trouble. He often goes for realism. But his editor, Verna Field, was smart. She said, let's cut these shots of the shark. They don't work that well anyway. Less is more, right? Let's do POV shots from the shark's perspective in my pool in the backyard. It's going to be great. They came out with a wonderful movie. It was 100 days late. Came out in the summer of '75 when Universal wasn't used to putting out movies. It was a great accident. No one was in the beach that summer. They all saw Jaws. It made more money than any movie had ever made before it. It's why we have summer blockbusters still to this day. That set down there, it was never used in Jaws. It's Cabot Cove from Murder, She Wrote. By the summer of '76, it was the Jaws attraction. On the right-hand side is our set, the Chicken Ranch, used in The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. On the left is the entrance to Wisteria Lane from ABC's Desperate Housewives. Recently, we've been using it for our show Never Have I Ever with Mindy Kaling. We produce it right here. You can check it out on Netflix. But Julian's going to drive us up Steven Spielberg Drive. So you know what? Let's talk about this guy.
About 16 years old. I began at Universal during my summers. I went to college nearby. I continued to come on a lot and try to become a director.
He got a job as an editor's assistant at the time.
This is my birthplace. This is the place I consider my first home. And I love it here. And I keep coming back.
Tool, Sugarland Express, Amblin. Who can forget these timeless classics? You've never heard of them, right? No, you have? Okay, good. Well, some have. They're the rare case, man. Most people know about this one, Jaws. Now, the guy that was working on Jaws, there was a different director. He kept calling the shark a whale and got fired. Steven Spielberg, he was on the lot. He'd made these short films. He got his opportunity. Stepped up and made a bit of a mess of a movie, but it ended up being great when it came out to theaters. He went off to do Close Encounters of the Third Kind, then he came back to us for E.T. That was a real shot of the moon. They had to track lunar cycles to get it. It is still his logo for Amblin Entertainment to this day. It's so defining, so iconic. There's a whole series called Stranger Things. That is just a long love letter to Steven Spielberg. You guys, kids, 80s bikes, sci-fi rigmarole, right? That is how iconic E.T. is. And you know, vehicles do a lot of work to define character. Why just take a look at our cars from the Fast and Furious movies, right? The make, the model, the color, all of it adds up to character. You can't help but look at that black Dodge Charger. If you know the Fast and Furious movies, that is synonymous with Dominic Toretto. The color does a lot for us. Colors, they evoke different moods, different ideas. White, it's a color of innocence. It's well ascribed to a young Miriam Crane. She drives a white Ford when at night, in the rain, she approaches the Bates Motel. One of the most iconic sets in all of cinematic history, folks. Built for Psychos 2 and 3, actually, but in homage to the original Psycho by Alfred Hitchcock. Oh my goodness, is that Norman?
We all know another match.
Okay. Guys, I know exactly the scene this is. We're at about minute 49 in the movie. Something pretty tremendous just happened. A scene that will go down in ages as one of the most horrific murder scenes ever. Our protagonist, Marion, we think she's going to make it through the movie. She's our protagonist. Hitchcock changes the rules. He kills her 47 minutes in, excuse me. It's curtains for Marion, shower curtains, as you can see. He elected to make the movie in black and white in the color era. Because of how bloody the scene was, he actually used chocolate sauce as that fake blood instead. Now we're stuck with Norman and Miriam, and we're wondering if he's the good guy, the bad guy. What's gonna happen next? Is he wait, hold on, why are you looking at me, buddy? Hold on, don't break the fourth wall, get back to the scene. What are you doing? What are you doing? You're coming a little too close to the tram, and you're giving away the end of the movie. Okay, let's head away from the Bates Motel. Easy, buddy, easy. Lots of witnesses, lots of cameras. Maybe hide the knife, not in somebody. Okay, yeah, that's a hard cut. Let's head up the psychopath, folks. You know, even Spielberg's got to give it up for his predecessor, Hitchcock.
Said he could move into that office. I said, no, I can never be in Hitchcock's office. That should be a crime. I'm museum.
He was offered the office and he refused it. He respected him so much. He learned a lot from him. He learned to hide his bad guys. Take a look up in the top left-hand window of the Psycho house. You get a rare viewing of Mother up there. You almost never see her in the movie. It makes her scarier. Just like Jaws is scarier for never seeing him. Or the aliens in War of the Worlds, based on the book by H.G. Wells, the radio play by Orson Welles, all about an alien invasion. But not a single alien in this realistic scene. Spielberg imagining an empty 747 landing in a suburban neighborhood. It's grounding. It's realistic. It's truly terrifying. And that is a real plane, by the way. 60 grand to buy it from a junkyard, an additional 200 grand to get it shipped here. They get you with that shipping and handling. Now you're looking at what? A $300,000 set, folks, used for less than 4 minutes of the final film. So Tom Cruise, he keeps telling Dakota Fanning, don't look, don't look.
Close your eyes, okay? Yeah, I'm closed.
Spielberg did the same thing. He didn't let Dakota Fanning look at the set until the first take, so he's using his set, extending its value, and using it to get young Dakota Fanning to really feel that innate terror that it kind of represents. And this is hard to do. Getting a great performance out of a young actor, very difficult. Spielberg makes it look easy. Take a look off to the right-hand side. You see that big blue screen, big cement basin below? This is how you can do these kinds of scenes today, right? He didn't have to spend that much money, right? They did a scene just like this. They did a big plane crash scene, Sully, with Tom Hanks. All they did was fill the basin up there with water. They put a plane, actors in there. They erased the high contrast blue from behind it. They even stuck it there in the Hudson River by using CGI computer-generated imagery for that background. And by the time he made War of the Worlds, he could have done this, but he didn't. Because he goes for realism, like taking his shark out to the real Atlantic Ocean, or making all of his crew on Jurassic Park wear dinosaur slippers so they're leaving dino tracks in the mud to make it more realistic. Or how he shot E.T. in the order we watched it in. No, not how they normally do it, where you rent a location and shoot every scene, then move to the next one. Then the actor has to do it all out of order. This way, young Henry Thomas, playing Elliot, gets to live the life of Elliot from the beginning to the end when he says goodbye to his best alien buddy last day on set. And that is the magic of Steven Spielberg. And it's what elevates his movies. It could be B-movies, dinosaurs, aliens, sharks. Instead, they're the cinematic masterpieces we still regard them as to this day. So, you're about 10 minutes from the end of your tour. and we're gonna go out with a bang here, folks. But a couple last things before we do. That set over there we were just talking about, big blue screen, there's a lot of stuff in the way, obviously, at this point, but it is out there, big blue screen, big cement basin below it. Typically the color of my glasses, we call them green screens for this reason, bright neon green. It changes color. Why? If I'm standing in front of a green screen with these glasses on, and they try and erase neon green from the picture, they're gonna take my glasses frames along with it. It's about creating high contrast between the foreground and the background, right? So if you got green in the foreground, you're not gonna wanna use a green screen. You're gonna wanna use a blue screen, or a red screen, or some other color. All about high contrast. So, when they created this, it was not as you see it. It was a big, muddy ravine where Norman was hiding bodies in Psycho in the 60s. When they wanted to make a sequel to Jaws, they said, let's not make the same mistake as Spielberg. Let's shoot it, not all in the real Atlantic Ocean, but at least partially in a fake ocean that we build on the lot. We'll build a basin, and our shark will work a whole lot better. And it's been our ocean vista front ever since. Folks, I'm getting some kind of an incoming transmission here. I hate to kind of interrupt the end of our tour, but we're getting redirected, so I think I'm going to have to figure out what's going on here. What's up, buddy?
Look, this might be more serious than I thought. What just happened? This is a secure line. Who are you?
Oh, geez.
I'll tell you who I am, boy. I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason you just lost control of this whole operation. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on two things, sweet cheeks. One, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your vehicle. And two, an international crime syndicate led by Owen Shaw is honing in on this vehicle to take that witness out. Shaw's as ruthless as they come, and he'll stop at nothing to eliminate his target. Every living soul on this vehicle is in serious danger. Other than that, enjoy the ride.
Quite the update.
This is not your jurisdiction.
It is now, stink pickle.
Ooh.
I'm so tired of you state guys stepping in just whenever you feel like.
Mute him.
You're going to put me in the middle of this?
You-
All right.
That's better.
Hey, whatever you say, man, you rock.
We're moving your vehicle to a city. We have the situation under control. Until then, I want everybody to stay calm. Enjoy the ride. I'm taking care of business. Hobbs out.
Hobbs is out. Apparently, we're going to head into Sullivan Truck Repair up here. I can't help but notice that they're building like a little western town out there. I'm hoping that it's for Halloween Horror Nights, though I really can't be sure at this point. They haven't given us a big update. But they are starting very early on all the Horror Nights mazes around this time. All right, folks, well, apparently we can enjoy the ride, but there is a witness on here that's apparently being targeted by a villainous organization, so we've been told to head into Sullivan Truck Repair. That's about as much as I know, so we're just learning in real time. I did get a dossier from that kind of annoying FBI guy. Maybe that'll help us out. Let me see what's going on there.
This is Agent Novak with an FBI alert about individuals who are not authorized to be involved in the witness protection.
All right, Julian's taking us in.
With my FBI team. Be on alert for Dominic Toretto, an ex-convict who has broken laws throughout the U.S. and around the world. Despite his checkered past, Toretto has Agent Hobbs to assist in security missions and has granted pardon for crimes and drugs.
This dossier is a little low on information, more of a cutscene. Well, that's good, because we're getting another incoming transmission here, folks. Looks like somebody somewhere in the garage is hitting us up. Hold on.
They just got here. All right, I got it.
Hey.
Well, listen, hello, beautiful people, particularly you right there missing the third row.
All right.
How you doing? You good? Name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you.
Same to you, dude.
Woody Hobbs asked us to stash you Shaw for a while. Brought you in our secret spot.
Thank you.
We're having a few friends over. It's a little messy, but it's all good. The more the merrier. Especially you right there in the third row. Like I was saying. So look, see over there? It's Hobbs' urban assault vehicle.
Oh, this thing on the left?
Best truck the U.S. government can buy.
Copy.
That one Lamar back over there.
Oh, in the way back. All right.
They got my man Ted. Think of it as like a Mona Lisa on wheels.
Oh, because of the smile on it.
One job to do. One. Alright, look guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding him. We'll keep you safe if we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here. So put away your cameras and turn off your
this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
So like I was saying, the third row, right? Same college.
All right. Well, it does sound like there's a party happening in the next room. I'll let you guys know that you don't need your 3D glasses to enjoy this park. Again, you do not need those 3D glasses. We're just gonna head in there, make our grand entrance, and oh my goodness. Wow. You know, I've never partied so hard that I wouldn't notice a huge vehicle entering the room, but these guys are just in the zone. Auto zone. Wondering what the effect is. It's called Pepper's Ghost. It's how they brought Tupac back to life at Coachella a few years ago. They also use it down at the Haunted Mansion in Anaheim.
This is what we're doing. This is the race day after party. Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move. Neil, that's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, let's back up a little bit. Got it. It's lightweight.
First of all, I don't work for you. Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Hobbs, escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
You got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate.
Shaw traced us. Hobbs can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. All warmed up right next door.
Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
Wow, things are heating up around here, huh? I guess you guys should probably buckle your seatbelts, maybe put on your safety goggles. By which I mean just hold hands and put on your 3D glasses. That's about as good as we can get around here. But you will need those in just a bit here. I'm gonna head into the next bay and see what's going on. Hold on, I'm getting a call. Hello? Yeah?
This is Dom.
Hey, what's up, Dom?
Shaw's trying to bust into the parking structure.
Whoa, already?
Might have to make a run for
We haven't even gotten in there.
Tell your passengers to hang on.
All right, well, hang on, folks. Apparently, they're having trouble with Shaw already, so we're going to see what's going on in there. Typically, we don't hold here for quite this long, so I have a bad feeling that there might be an issue with the attraction. I'm just going to throw it out there. I want you to be on your toes in case anything goes on. I'm going to play a little bit more of that dossier. Hopefully, we're going to get moving here in just a bit.
This is Agent Novak with an FBI alert about individuals who are not authorized to be involved in the witness protection operation I'm heading up with my FBI team. Be on alert for Dominic Toretto, an ex-convict who has broken laws throughout the U.S. and around the world. Despite his checkered past, Toretto and his crew were recruited by Agent Luke Hobbs to assist U.S. diplomatic security missions and was granted a pardon for the crimes he committed.
Typically, they'll destroy up to 200 cars per a Fast and Furious movie, on average. An example of a pretty cool stunt they did for real was dropping all those cars from a plane. Obviously, the footage where the actors are in the cars, they did that on a green screen or blue screen set. But the cars themselves actually did get dropped out of the sky, which is pretty cool. Mounted them with cameras.
Letty Ortiz is a street racer and mechanic on Dom's crew. She's particularly vicious when protecting Dom. Her ordeals have impaired her memory, but she always remembers two things. She's got Dom's back, and he has hers.
we should be safe in here. Nothing screams safety like a dimly lit parking garage surrounded by ambient gunfire. Just gonna kick in here for a bit, guys, and then Julian will get us on our way back to the theme park. So just keep those safety goggles on, and we'll just kick it here for a little bit. Uh-oh.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now, or you won't get fried!
Never mind, let's go.
This is our turn.
Hold on, Julian.
That's the ramp!
That's a well, that went better than expected. Nice job, though.
Okay, guys, it's showtime. Cover the hook. Hook him up.
I got the ball by the horn! Witness is mine, lady!
How about you, you asshole?
Don't think you're getting away!
Way to go, buddy. Drone's lining up the missile shot. Not gonna happen. Don't worry, I got this. Run, don't shoot. Head with the bridge. Under construction. Everybody hold on.
Was that Fast and Furious or what, huh? Universal life, you just survived supercharged. Well done back there.
Good job, everybody. You protected the witness, and you can resume breathing.
That was crazy.
Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is.
Wow, that's the best one though.
Welcome to join our crew anytime.
That was
You're
the best
welcome to
one.
join us anytime. It's been a pleasure having you here on the world-famous Universal Studio Tour. Give up to Julie and your driver. Oh my goodness, Julie. Well done. It's only our second tour together. We had a great time, didn't we? It's all about timing on this tour. You got time left in the park to download that Universal Studios Hollywood app for the up-to-minute park information. Go see our Water World show, big action stunts, explosions. You can't go wrong. Secret Life of Pets ride, it's new. But take a look out there at the beautiful San Fernando before we finish this tour. Warner Brothers out there, ABC, Disney, beyond them. Our big, beautiful studio below where thousands of people all come to work every day to create the largest scale, most collaborative pieces of art the world's ever seen. Movies, television, imaginary worlds we can dive into from the comfort of our couch. And from there, we get to experience thought, emotion we don't get in our everyday lives. We get it through story. And this is how we're getting our stories these days, guys. Movies, TV. People all around the world watching the same movies, relating to the same characters, the same ideas. And I think that says something about us, really, that we are more similar than we are different. When we can sit in a big, darkened movie theater, a bunch of strangers all experiencing the same thoughts, feeling the same emotions, which are simply put, universal. And ain't none of that scripted, so give me all the credit. Thanks, guys. My name's Miles. It's been a pleasure being your tour guide today on the World Studio Tour. I hope you liked your tour. If you're on Instagram like me, hit me up, Miles the Tour Guide, M-I-L-E-S the Tour Guide. I want to see the cool pictures you got. Drop off your 3D glasses in those bins. I'll be available up to your right-hand side as you exit. If you got anything for me, stop by, say, hey, folks, that's it. Enjoy the rest of your day here at Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA. Hit the road, folks.